I've spent the last 2 decades as a professional historian, and since 2003, I've served as the Association Manager of the Oregon and California Trails Association, the nation's largest and most successful trails advocacy group. There's nothing I love more than learning about our history and working to preserve it. In 2008, I served as the executive producer of In Pursuit of a Dream, a documentary that gave 24 kids the opportunity to live life as American pioneers. I saw firsthand the power of the medium to spread the message of preservation and conservation. In 2010, I was asked to consult on a documentary about the history of the Pony Express, and I saw immediately that our interests were very similar. Kristen and I co-founded 2 Weeks from Everywhere Productions as a vehicle to create projects that would educate people and make them a part of history. Here we are, 4 years later, partnering with Knowledge Tree Films. Knowledge Tree has the same message: to tell the story of what was and to get people to participate in history.
Rediscovering America is not just another travel show. This show will take the audience on a journey to all sorts of places across America that they may never even have thought of visiting before. Our audience will learn firsthand just what it took to build this country and see that many of these sites are still there to explore today. It's time for the younger generation to learn that history is really fun and exciting, to rediscover their history and themselves.
Rediscovering America is about the entire United States. In each region of the country, we'll visit sites of extraordinary history, and we'll learn all about the people and events who made that history.
It's a stroke of luck for us that travel and reality programs are so big right now. Unfortunately, this interest has also created an epidemic surrounding the mistreatment of historical sites by treasure hunters and diggers. We need to jump on using this medium to get the right message out. That's why we're all incredibly excited to come together to create Rediscovering America.
For our pilot, we're focusing on the Southwest and the storied route of the Santa Fe Trail. The trade route turned railroad turned highway.
National Historic Trails are, of course, unique resources. There are long-distance remnants of historic routes of travel, so it's very recent in our past and something that most Americans have a real close association to.
People are following the trail and not realizing what they're going to find along the way, which is kind of nice because they come upon these living communities. It's not just a destination, it is an experience of the whole landscape.
Along the way, we'll visit Native American sites.
It is very important, again, for the tribal people to tell their own story.
This is a way in which we can all interact with one another and discover our common bonds.
Travel is an occupation that is available to people of all means.
Before highways and the interstate, trains were how America traveled. The Santa Fe Railway and its partner Fred Harvey created the first chain restaurants and hotels decades before people assumed.
The railroad had a huge history with the Santa Fe Trail.
An inordinate amount of human activity and endeavor has occurred here.
These literally offer a window into an era when the West was still wild.
A lot of young people have somehow come to believe that history is boring.
History is not boring. History is fun.
Boring? Hell.
History is a story of people.
I mean, you can't beat that.
Well, there's such a rich treasure out there to be rediscovered.
We need to sit back and listen to these milder things, these simpler times.
So that you don't lose the stories, the voices, not just of your parents' generation or your grandparents, but on back.
There are so many compelling reasons to make a show like this.
They're all over the countryside.
It's not dead. It continues.
It's the real history. It's authentic.
So get off the couch.
Get off the interstate.
Come explore Native America.
Change your perspective and
Rediscover America.